Hey, it's Rachel with Rachel Kohler Dog Training. I'm out here with Gaia and Ford. We just got back from our walk, so we're just hanging out in the front yard. And I want to talk about something, and I've been putting it off for a while because it's something that I've got like a lot to say about, but I'm like, I just need to do it. We're out here, so let's chat. I want to talk about pets, specifically dogs and puppies, as gifts. Christmas is right around the corner, and it's become very trendy to get a puppy for Christmas. And I've got feelings about that, so let's talk about them. Because this is my page, and I want to talk about my stuff sometimes and do my best to educate and give an insight on some things. So if you want to listen to me chat about this, stick around, and if not, see ya. So, pets as gifts. I used to just have like a really strong feeling against that. I used to just say no, never ever ever give a pet as a gift. But I've grown, I've learned, but there's still a but. So first, never ever ever gift a pet to somebody that you don't live with, or that you haven't talked about getting a pet with and they haven't very specifically said like this is a thing. Like, a pet should never be a surprise for someone, especially when it's someone that you don't live with, and then they're going to then be responsible for caring for this pet for the rest of its life. So, now that that's out of the way, you either live with this person and will be co-parenting with them, or they have very specifically told you that they want this pet and that they are ready for the responsibility of it. Another one that I see a lot around the holidays is parents gifting dogs to their children, which is all fine and dandy, but again, there's a but. If you're a parent and you gift a pet to your child, at the end of the day, you are responsible for said pet. That is your responsibility as the adult in the house. I don't care if it's the kids' chores to play, walk, feed, groom the dog. If they don't, somebody has to do it. That's a living, breathing creature who needs to be cared for, and that responsibility falls on you if your child doesn't. So I'm not here to tell you how to raise your kids. That's my kid. But if your kid doesn't, you either need to make them or you need to, because again, as the adult, that's your responsibility. Okay, so now that that's out of the way too, the next super important one to remember is if you get a puppy for Christmas, you guys, they're gonna grow up. They are going to grow up. They are not gonna stay that little puppy forever. So, you need to consider the breed of the dog. If you get, my favorite, a Newfie, right? They start off really small and fluffy. They grow into be 160-pound plus dogs. If you don't have the space for a dog that large, you shouldn't get that dog when it's a puppy. Puppies grow up. Please remember, they don't stay cute and little and fluffy forever. That being said, also remember that getting the puppy, purchasing it or rescuing it or wherever you got it from is going to be the cheapest part of owning a puppy. You're going to have to pay for their food, their vet bills. You, depending on the breed, may have to pay for full-on grooms. If not, maybe baths and nail trims. If you're not going to work really hard yourself in training your dog, you're going to have to pay somebody to train your dog. Do you have a fence in your backyard? Are you going to want to have to pay to build a fence or pay to get an electrical fence? Or do you have the time to groom your dog and take the dog outside to go potty and walk the dog? Getting the puppy is the easiest part, so please make sure you're prepared for everything that comes with owning a dog, because it's a lot. So that being said, again, I want to touch on just a couple more things. I warned y'all, I have a lot of feelings about this. Think about the breed of dog you're going to get. It's very trendy right now to get doodles. It's also, unfortunately, very trendy for people to not groom their doodles. And while you might be okay with your dog looking like a mess, and you might see what looks like just a knotted mess to you, what you don't know or might not know is that those knots on your dogs are actually mats, and that mats are extremely painful for the dog. They will rip the skin and cause bruising. So if you don't have any interest in paying for a groomer regularly or brushing your dog yourself, then you need to get a dog with shorter fur. A dog who the only grooming it needs is just a bath and a nail trim. So if you're going to get a doodle or any long-furred or long-haired dog, you need to groom them or you're going to cause them pain. And moving on to our next topic. I know you didn't think that the trainer was going to make it through this rant without talking about training. You guys, it's so important to train your dogs just in general, but especially, you know, you're bringing a new dog into your house, like, you want to set them up for success and set yourself up for success, so please train your dog. If you're getting a puppy, you guys, I promise you, it's going to be so much better to train your puppy now to prevent any unwanted behaviors than to wait until your dog's got problems to try to fix it. Because now you can teach your dog from the beginning what's expected of them, rather than waiting till there's an issue. Because if you wait till there's an issue, you're going to have to teach your dog what you don't want and then teach them what you want. Save yourself the trouble and sign up for training early. I promise you, you're going to be setting yourself up for success by doing so. Train your puppy early, train your dog early, teach them from day one what is and what isn't acceptable behavior so they know right out of the gate, rather than later you're having to train and change their pattern behaviors. I think that might be all I have. I don't know if I said this already or if I didn't, but I'm going to say it again. Puppies, you guys, seriously, you're raising a dog, not a puppy. Your puppy is going to grow up. If you don't think it would be cute for an adult dog to do said behavior, don't allow your puppy to do it, because your puppy's just learning that that behavior is okay. And one more thing, just fun little tip for everybody. Every interaction you have with your dog, you're training them. Everyone's a dog trainer. Every interaction you have, your dog is learning something. They're either learning that, yes, this is an acceptable behavior. They would learn that if you reward the behavior, or even if you just ignore it because they get to do it, right? Or they're learning, no, that's not an acceptable behavior, by you correcting it or redirecting it. So again, if you allow it, you're training it, okay? So just know that. Just know that your puppies and your dogs are always learning. They're always picking up information and deciding, was that behavior that I just did good? Did I benefit from it? Or should I maybe not do that again? Keep that in mind. So, if you made it through my very long story, thanks for listening. If not, you won't hear this, but I don't blame you. I had a lot to say. So, that being said, if anyone has any questions, if they want any advice, if they want any tips, if they have any concerns about getting a puppy or a dog for Christmas, contact me. I'll be doing free 30-minute Zoom sessions until the end of the year. So I'd love to get on there and chat with you about what to expect when getting a puppy and give you some tips, tricks, and advice. And then if you do get a puppy for Christmas, after that, if you need any help, if you find that you're struggling with anything, contact me, because in the new year, I will be offering hour-long Zoom sessions that can be purchased where I can do the same thing. I can give you tips, tricks, and advice. I hope everyone's having a great day and happy training. Wow, Rachel, you made having a dog sound like really awful and like a lot of work. Sorry, guys. Having a dog is great. It's so rewarding and I love it, but it is a lot of work, and I just want to make sure that everybody remembers that and considers that when getting a dog. They're great. They're awesome, and I love them. So I don't want to like poo-poo on getting a dog, but I just want people to be realistic and be responsible and aware of the responsibility. Okay, I'm done now.